Why did the dollar go up yesterday off of the Fed statement?
I don't know. More rate hikes are coming. I think realistically what happened was the dollar was already rallying that day within a range. It was rallying before the 2 o'clock release of the Fed press statement, so it just kept going a little bit more. I don't know if, there was nothing in there to suggest how many rate hikes were coming in the future. We assume they're going, the market-based odds for December remain 80% unchanged.
Okay, that's December. When we say we're data dependent, and Mr. Powell at his next press conference is really going to focus on we have to wait. What data is Chris Rupke looking at to frame the 2019 meetings?
Well, Yellen's been talking about this for a while, and I think it crystallizes what they're really looking at. They don't like the unemployment rate falling, if you will. As the unemployment rate falls, it tells them the economy's, got a good head of steam on it, and that rates need to come back to at least normal levels, which is, a good 75 basis points away, perhaps. So they need to go maybe 3 more times, and it's going to be run purely, I think, off of unemployment. What if unemployment goes steady at 3.7% for the next several months, 4 months, 3 or 4 months? Maybe they skip a meeting at that point.
Do you worry, Chris, about the U.S. overheating? Should we worry, or is it fiction?
It depends on what measure we look at in terms of, when we think of overheating, we usually think of inflation and of an outbreak in inflation. So here we have a situation where the unemployment rate's falling, but we don't have a lot of inflation yet, at least no wage-based inflation. So overheating, I don't know. It's going to be very, very difficult given the inflation indicator the Fed uses, personal consumption expenditures deflator. It's going to be very difficult to see that measure of inflation move up materially. It's interesting to me that Fed Chair Powell looks back at the 90s and says there wasn't a lot of inflation. Really? Well, the Greenspan Fed moved rates up to 6.5%. They thought they saw inflation. This measure of inflation, it's going to be very difficult for the economy to show the economy is overheating and go up.